What's going on, everybody? It's the Crypto Hound here. We got a special guest today, a giant dog, who is going to be breaking down the latest with us. Today we're going to be going over the 2024 presidents and their stance on cryptocurrency. Then we're going to move into the BRICS system and how all these nations are trying to come together and not use the US dollar. They want to use their own currency. So, I think that wraps up our BRICS conversation. This is very crucial on the development of this world and what our future leaders are and what happens here in America. So, just shedding some light on what's going on there. You have some other payment rails as well. There's this SWIFT system that we could look into another time. But we're going to move on to video games and pay-to-earn crypto games. Kind of crazy idea. During the last bull run, there was some better looking games that came out with functionality and kind of a little bit more exciting. But the question is, a giant dog, will there be any mainstream games that get sold out that there's a craze for? Will any of the mainstream games that aren't crypto now, will they adopt this crypto earnings platform? Will it be hard to integrate? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are it's tough. There needs to be like some value in the game, because you look at it like in-game money, and you could just imagine in-game money, just like, you know, people use dollars to buy like just like quickly V-Bucks, you know, just like for Fortnite. It's like there's an in-game currency, and then because if the in-game currency can easily be, because the problem is you need to put a set amount of worth on the in-game currency for it to be able to manifest into like Bitcoin or dollars or any kind of currency.
Yeah.
It needs to be judged by either it's going to be judged by rarity of like how rare something is, but and the value is always going to change. Mm-hmm. And then as the game's popularity decreases or increases, that in-game currency is going to be tested.
It changes with it. I see what you're saying. So how video games are now, we've all known this, and we're older, we're almost 30 now, so we've been through waves of different games that get the most attention, and it's a phase. All video games are phases. So Johnny, you have a great point. When this video game loses its stardust, its like attraction, that tokenomics behind it in cryptocurrency is going to be affected by that game kind of getting burnt out.
Exactly. And I think so for that reason, I feel like it'd be very hard to be like, oh, like that's why things in game are not, that's why there's such a thing as in-game currency, you know? So that it's not dollars. It's not whatever it is. And that's not because the game is all around the world. It's because it would be, you know, you have to change the prices way too often. Like with this, you keep the price the same, and then you just change the.
You're right.
The rate, right?
So, would you think it's a good time during this bear market now to get into one of these crypto earning games? Because hear me out before I let you go, because I know you're big into your video games. Because they're so new, is there more upside? Because there isn't awareness and people really haven't even given it a shot yet, and maybe with the next bull run there'll be more hype. And it sounded like you dropped like that rarity part to it, like in Fortnite, if you get a skin, does that have a value on it? And then you can trade skins and boots and swords, and will that also be wrapped around the whole play to earn part of the game, which is interesting. But do you think it's a good idea to get into these new crypto earning games that are coming out, and will it be profitable in the future?
All right, so I think with that, right, so new game, don't know how popular it's going to get, don't know what it's going to do, but because you're getting in early, if you get in early, get some rare stuff, because that's the thing, is you need the rare stuff. The rare stuff is the only way you're really going to make money, because, like, yes, you know, like people on there's like World of Warcraft, right? Like super grindy game, MMO, been out for years. You can buy accounts for like $50, $100
Oh, you're right.
of like someone who's grinded enough, right? So,
Yeah.
like for me, when you ask me this, I'm just thinking, oh, where have I seen money in gaming? Like they're intertwined already. So it's like, what does this mean when you add Bitcoin and other things to it? And the real thing is it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't change too much. All it does is it hypes up like the buying and selling of things, where it's like maybe because you're using Bitcoin and you're like they're projecting it as a play to earn that more people are going to be into the buying and selling of things. And
It's more of a marketplace, but it also sounds like NFTs kind of incorporated in here. And even in some of these top games here, it's like real estate play to earn game with land offered as NFTs. So like the rarity part and the value could be distinct from the actual game. But like you said, the game would have to be like a World of Warcraft, Dungeons and Dragons, Skyrim, like one of the games that never dies per se, and that value, like a Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, and
yeah,
maybe that was like the Bored Ape thing that came out. Will Bored Ape have a game because all those celebrities bought into Bored Apes now? Bored Apes are still going for hundreds of thousands of dollars, even though we're in a bear market. It's crazy. Those are like the monkey NFTs with the different attributes.
I got you.
Hats, sunglasses, whatever. So,
Yeah,
interesting
and it's-
topic here.
Yeah, like some of it's going to be a collector's item as well. And then the thing is though is like with anything, it's like with these things, the time you put in is, unless you're getting something rare, it's like the time you put in is going to be less than
What you're actually
the amount you'd
gonna
make just like doing something regular.
have. I gotcha. You're better off working a real job than earning a little bit of crypto. But
Yeah,
then
like
there's-
you could definitely like play this for fun, and then boom, if the game pops
it
off,
turns
you
into
know,
something,
you did X
100%.
amount.
I agree there. Where this is more of a hobby, it's something that we've been doing for ourselves, playing video games just as like an enjoyment thing. So if kids in the future take this opportunity and maybe could get lucky, why not? You know, as long as there's some enjoyable games behind it. So this number here, this number just, it's projecting this video game crypto earning market to go from $4.6 billion to $65.7 billion from 2022 to 2027. That's a lot of money coming into this space. Think about Facebook and the whole meta thing. The meta, like, and now there's games on the whole metaverse, like, well, NFTs, like, how much will crypto be incorporated from it yet? But our country doesn't like telling us how it will be incorporated. Will it be NFTs? Will it be government documentation like your driver's license as an NFT? We don't know how crypto will be utilized, but we know there's use cases. You know what I mean? So we're investing in potential use cases that will change how we live, how our future generations live. So that's the exciting part. This is just a little ad. I played this Gods Unchained game. I've earned some points here and transferred out and earned some Bitcoin. It's a card game like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, and you battle and you fight. You can fight like 10 games a day. The more you win, the more coins you make. And the price of this right now, let's look it up. I think it's just the Gods token, actually. Gods Unchained. It's going to be cheap because we're in a bear market, which is 18 cents. It's not bad. Actually pumped up 17 to 18. But let's go to its total chart. It was up to $6 back in 2021. Just 2 years ago, it was at $6. So if this game has more hype than it did back in 2021, which is only 2 years ago, and this game probably just came out, 18 cents to $6. Play a couple hands of cards if you have some time. Why not? I'm bullish. It's going to be juicy. And then after this, we'll probably post a video about the latest XRP news, go over Link 2, and if you want to buy Ripple, the company shares that owns XRP, go over some chart TA, see when this moon candle is going to come in, when we take off and start seeing 25% green days back to back for a month straight. And then I'm also going to go over safe investments for any new investor that keeps looking at their phone wondering if it's a good time to get in. We're going to go over the safest way and just a good entry idea, and we'll disclose that in another video.